October 5th, 2017. Beautiful morning here in Ontario. Last night, huge thunderstorms, like gigantic thunderstorms. We were gonna get up and go fishing this morning, that was my plan, and then I found out that Amber started work really late. And I haven't seen Amber at all in like months, or I don't feel like I saw Amber. So I spent this morning, I slept in, I had coffee and breakfast with Amber. Now it's time to get ready for that pesky deer hunting. We're gonna go try to hunt down some D-grade apples, which are like the cheapest, bottom of the barrel, fell off the tree apples to hit our bait sites. Mark Hunter's coming this afternoon to deer hunt. Hopefully we see something in the stand. It's been kind of a rough start to the year. Does always at our stand when we're not there. So I was gonna fish this morning, we're not gonna get to fish. We're gonna go check the river out. Maybe there's some steelhead coming in, who knows? It's kind of one of those days that we're just going to, I'm gonna shoot the bow for sure. There's a lot of grind that goes into filming all of this that you guys don't always get to see. Most days I just get up, fish, have a good time, and then we go. But it's gonna be one of those days where we see what we do behind the scenes and make sure this happens. While we're out and about on the apple tour, we're stopping at a little tiny creek off Lake Ontario. Check it out, little tiny speck of water. Water's dirtier than hell. Looks to be a ton of Chinooks in here. Oh yeah, there they are. You guys at home won't be able to see them on the camera, but there's a pile of Chinook, a couple of them servicing. No steelhead yet at all. There might be a couple of them down in there, but when I was a kid, we used to come here and whale steelhead. Now it's kind of not as good as it used to be. Too many people know about it. So the water's too dirty to really tell if there's any fish. We'll be here sometime in the fall. Hopefully catch some steelhead, and I don't know exactly where the orchard is. The only time I've ever come here to get apples was with Amber, because this is like where she grew up, and I have no idea where this place is, but we're gonna find apples. Big day. Managed to find the orchard. We're just pulling out only 1 bushel of bait and apples they had on the whole property. They said a ton of people have been here this week buying apples. If you're baiting deer, go to an orchard, ask for basically horse apples. They're apples that have already been on the ground, aren't suitable. I guess you can eat them, I eat them all the time, but they're not like grade A eaten apples. They're kind of been on the ground. Way cheaper to buy them like that than it is to get it anywhere else. Made it. It's time to get the target out, fling some arrows. Shooting a bow is a whole lot, like it's almost the same as fishing. If you want to be a better angler, you gotta practice, you gotta be out on the water. If you want to shoot your bow better or become a better archer, you gotta shoot that bow constantly. I'm not the greatest archer in the world. I've only been doing it a couple years now. So it's really important that I get out here and shoot my bow as much as I possibly can. Well, that way I'm ready when a deer comes in to pull the hammer muscle memory and just do it rather than overthink it and miss an opportunity at what could potentially be a gigantic deer. So now, even though we go deer hunting a lot, I gotta practice, because when you're actually hunting, you never fire your bow. And all this season, I only hope to shoot 3 arrows. 1 at a doe, 1 at a buck, and 1 at a bear. Practice. Anybody you know who's doing really well at something is spending a ton of time doing it. Corey and Chris Johnson are winning tournaments like crazy. Those guys fish more than anybody I've ever met in my life. More fish. Time in the woods or time out on the archery range means when it happens, you're really gonna get the job done. So that's my advice to anybody out there. Want to be better at fishing? Go fishing. Want to be better at archery? Shoot your bow a lot. Stopped at the fish out ladder on the way back here. Man, there's a pile of Chinook salmon moving through that river. Craziness, absolutely craziness how many Chinooks and people are watching. Mr. Hunter.
How you doing?
Good, man, how are you?
Good, good. Here to take the cushions to my stand. You know, it's all about comfort.
Your first sit?
It is my first sit of the deer season.
Are you excited?
Oh, I'm really excited.
We don't have real great wind today, but everything.
West, eh?
It's kind of just like a swirling wind I've been watching. So we're gonna go, we got apples, we gotta throw those in, and then Mark and I are gonna head to our separate stands, and hopefully we see some deer action tonight.
Plan, man.
Let's get on the road. Woo! We have made it, got the SD card out of our third stand that we're not using tonight. Mark, you excited?
I'm very excited. First sit, get ready to get suited up, and let's get that this man.
Let's get going. Hopefully we see some deers tonight, so we're gonna get ready and get in the woods. to the stand. Mark's at his, probably checking his trail cam right now. It's hot, I'm in a t-shirt. It'll cool off soon. I'm wearing war paint instead of a mask because the mask is driving me crazy. We're hunkered in, we're here real early, so if those does show up, we'll be in the stand waiting. At least we'll get to see them on camera. Whew, it's hot out here. Way too hot for deer season. Wow, it's way lighter out here with the camera on than it is without it. I walked out of the woods about 10 minutes early. There's about 4 minutes left in shooting hours. On my way in, I dropped 2 of my arrows out of my quiver, so I wanted to make sure I found those. On the way out, I just bumped a tiny 4-point buck walking across. I spooked him, but he really just lifted his tail and bounced off on the other side of the woods. So, man, there's a ton of deer. Mark said he saw 4 tonight. 4, 2 does and 2 fawns. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be awesome here. Made it home, just checked the SD cards. They are loaded up with does. At one point on the one bait site, there was 6 does, 5, 6 does pounding away. Opening morning when we hunted the morning, I just checked that card for the first time, and 10 minutes after we left, there was a doe. An hour after that, there was 2 does. So close. Mark saw 4 deer tonight. He didn't get any on his GoPro, but I bumped a small buck, but I believe it was like a 4-pointer. As I was leaving the stand, I dropped 2 arrows on the way in, so I left like 5 minutes early for when there was light out, I could still see them. It's exciting, but it's frustrating. On all the cams, there's probably 100 videos of does eating off the bait site, not a single buck. We haven't seen a buck on cam since we saw the small 8-point, I think on the 28th or 29th of September. So frustrating, but we are going to get this done. Just like I talked today about practicing, you want to shoot a deer, a big deer, can't do it from your couch, sit in your stand. We're gonna keep this going. We're having fun. I'm having a blast. Mark is beyond excited that he saw those does tonight. I can't tell you, seeing a deer, any deer, is like catching a 4-pound bass. Seeing a big buck is like catching a 20-pound bag. And shooting a big deer is gotta feel like one of the Bassmaster Classic. Same but different. I love it. Follow on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. Keep it coming, and we'll see you soon.